Hi everyone.
Hello everyone.
Hi everyone.
Hi, hello everyone.
Hello everyone.
We'll start in a few minutes. We'll be waiting for more people to join in. We'll start by 7:05. So till then, you can call up your friends and ask them to join if they haven't. Okay. So hi everyone. I'm Apeksha, a third year student pursuing BTech in Computer Science, and I am the Circle Manager of DSA Foundation Circle under GDSC IGDTUW. Today, we'll be providing you with all the guidance that will help you to kickstart your DSA journey. So, the first thing that comes up to your mind is what is DSA and why is it so important? why is so much of hype created around DSA? You all might have felt it, right? So to answer all these questions, we have Sakshi with us.
Thank you, Apeksha, for the lovely introduction. So let's start, everyone, with what is DSA and why is it important. So, DSA, data structures and algorithms. By its name, we can figure it out that data structures and algorithms have two components. On one hand, we have data structures, and on the other hand, we'll have algorithms. So, I'll try to explain you guys in simple terms. So, let's take an example over here. Let's say your mom is busy with a course and she wants your help, and she asks you to make the tea and you don't know how to prepare the tea. So simply what your mom did is she gives you instructions, simple instructions, just add, turn on the gas stove, add the water in the pan and let it boil, add ginger and so on, and you follow those instructions in order to complete your task. So what our computers and machines and other machines do is they have a lot of power to complete the work, but they don't have enough knowledge of how should the work should be completed. So what we humans give us, we give them the instructions which they follow and give us the outputs. So whatever we write in our machines, whatever the instructions that we give in our machine, that is called the code. And the whole process of writing the code and fetching the output is known as coding. So coding makes it possible for us to create computer software, game, websites, and a lot more. So now we'll look at what data structures are. Okay, so till this point we have seen that all the work that we are doing around is data. We are indirectly processing the data. So to do the operations on the data, we have to store it somewhere. So now you guys might be wondering that if we have to store the data, we could just simply do it in a file and store it, right? But you are correct in your way, but it's just not at all about storing the data. It's something about how you will efficiently fetch the data and how quickly you can do your work. Okay, so data structures is a particular way of storing the data and in a computer so that they can be used effectively. For example, we have arrays to store similar kind of data, we have queues, we have stacks, and many more. So this is just a minimal introduction of what are data structures, and of course you guys could explore more. Next, we'll talk about algorithms. So, what are algorithms? Algorithms are a set of well defined instructions to solve a particular problem with a well defined inputs and outputs. So, let me help you explain the algorithms with an example. We'll look at an algorithm to add two numbers. Okay, so first step, what you would do is you would take two numbers as input from the user. Second step, you will use the plus operator to add those numbers. And the third step, you will display that result to the user. So algorithm is very clear. It has some well-defined steps, it has some well-defined input, it has well-defined output. And most importantly, algorithms are language independent. So, from this point, we have understood what is data structures and algorithms, and this is what combinedly forms data structures and algorithms, which is we call as DSA. Okay, so like we have covered what is data structures, and we have got to know okay these are data structures. So, like in my most of the part, we have also seen that why is it important. But making it more clear to you guys, let me give an example to you. We'll cover the next question now that why DSA is so important. So let me give an example of WhatsApp. So in the messaging part of WhatsApp, what happens is, what do you guys think? Which data structure do we use in the messaging part of WhatsApp? So it is queue. It's queue because we have seen that the message that we send first is received first. That is the data structure queue. Queue uses the FIFO approach, first in, first out. Okay. So guys, don't be underwhelmed at this point if you are not familiar with the terms I'm talking about, queues and FIFO approach. As you will gradually learn, you will be more comfortable to this. Okay. So what companies are looking for are companies are looking for the candidates who could use the right, most appropriate data structure and algorithms and could handle the data efficiently so that in the large application they could be more fast and quick. Okay, Okay, so that's all about data structures and algorithms and why is it so important. So now I would like Madhu to take over. So Madhu is a third year CSC student at IGDTUW and she'll be talking about how to start with DSA.
Thank you, Sakshi, and for covering this topic so nicely. As you know that she has covered how why DSA is so important. These are asked in the companies and in the company interviews, and our basic aim for like coming in the CSE branch or IT branch or basically in the IT sector is to get a good placement, and for that DSA is very very important. Like there are very n number of topics and n number of resources available freely or paid resources available on the websites on the internet basically. So I have divided the whole topics into two parts. One are the basic data structures and one is advanced data structures. So I will be going through all the topics like that you need to cover, and then I will tell how and from where you can prepare, and then some tips how you can increase your problem solving ability and these things. So some of the topics are arrays, string, searching, sorting, and then we have recursion. Talking about recursion, it is the most important topic because the trees, DP, and graph. These topics are directly linked to the recursion. So if you have a good command over recursion, then you will be able to ace questions on trees and DP very easily. So when you are preparing the recursion part, make sure that you are understanding every part of it like thoroughly, and use pen and paper. Use pen and paper for dry running the questions, and make a stack diagram or recursion tree for every question. That will help you later on in the difficult problems. And these are the topics that you need to cover, and we also have the greedy part. Like these topics are the basic topics that are asked in generally in the interviews and in the online assessment test. Now let's cover the advanced topics. Some of the advanced topics are tries, number theory, and the bit, and also segment trees. These topics are generally not I will not say these are not asked, but these are less important as compared to the basic topics. So once you are familiar with the basic topics and you have a good command over these topics, then you should move to the advanced topics. Now, as I have covered all the topics that you need to cover in your DSA journey, uh, let's talk about how you can start your preparation. uh, According to me, let's say if you're taking a topic array, so you should spend around 1 to 2 week on a topic, and gradually first you should start solving the easy questions, and then you should move to the medium questions. If you move like this way, you will be able to cover all your topics, and you will get confidence that yes, I'm able to solve the questions on your own. And if one algorithm is not clear to you, just bookmark that question and later on revise that question. And yeah, these and also side by side you should maintain your consistency and notes as well, because in the revision is very important. So when you are revising these topics, so this will help, your notes will help you. uh, there are very a number of resources available, but I will be talking only about the free resources that are available. And according to me, which I personally used is pep coding, because they have the curated list of all the questions that are generally asked in the interviews, and also this will build up the foundation for solving the harder problems. They have level 1, level 2, and level 3. and gradually they are increasing the level. Uh, so first, you should start from the level 1, and after solving the level 1 questions, you will be very confident that and you will be able to crack the algorithms on your own, like get the algorithms on your own of the questions. And then you should move to the level 2. This would be like my suggestion. And if you're solving any question, so you should spend around 10 to 15 minutes on a question, and then only you should move to its solution. And after and it's not all about submitting a solution and get it accepted. It's also about that you see other people's solution. If you will see other people's solution, only then you will be able to get a learning that other algorithms are also available. Let's say if you were able to solve that question in more time complexity, then if you will see other people's solution, you will get other algorithm as well that are better than your solution. So just wrote down other algorithms that are better than your solution and revise them after some time. uh, so yeah, that's all about preparation. Just maintain your consistency and start early as possible. And yeah, just I wish you all the best to everyone. That's all from my side. Now I will like to hand over to Sunanshi. She will be covering how which language we have to choose.
Okay, so hi everyone. I am Sunanshi and I'm currently in my second year pursuing my BTech in the branch of CSAI, that's Computer Science with Artificial Intelligence. And today I'll be taking up this topic, which programming language to choose. So, generally, four programming languages that are famous or that we heard around here around us are CPP, Python, Java, and C. I'm talking about C because C is the primary language that's being taught in our semesters, right? In our first year, generally C is taught. But most of the companies do not even allow C, and none of the resources are available for C. So I would say don't go for C. Either choose between CPP or Java. Um, do not choose Python as well, as Python codes are a bit less readable, and there are a lot of inbuilt functions in Python. So the interview or the coding challenges involve your logic building skills. So while you are coding in Python, we tend to use all those inbuilt functions or libraries. So we can't develop our own logic through Python. So I would say go with CPP or Java. Talking about both, I personally code in Java because the resources that I used, the course which I followed to learn DSA was in Java. As I didn't have CPP in my 11th, 12th as well, so it was equal to me either choosing Java or CPP. So you can choose either of them. Also, Java is a bit slower language than CPP. So sometimes in the coding challenges as well, the same code tends to run in CPP and not in Java because Java is comparatively a slower language. So if you are a complete beginner, you can go with CPP as well. A lot of resources are available for CPP, and you can defer the free resources on YouTube or GFG. GFG also has all the resources, all the topics in CPP, Java, or Python. But I would say don't follow Python. Uh, Only follow Python if you want to go in the domain of ML AI and use in the development part. For learning DSA, choose between CPP or Java. So that was all about the programming languages. Now I would like to hand over the stage to Sunidhi.
Thank you so much, Sananshi. Hi, everyone. My name is Sunidhi Chaudhary, and I'm a third year EC undergrad at IGDTUW. Now, since you've learned all about what DSA is, why it's so important, and which language you should be choosing to continue learning data structures and algorithms, it's also very important to understand where you should be practicing. Now, if you've tried to search for the right platforms where you can practice, there are tons of them. So we've shortlisted the top two, which will help you really practice the top most questions and not just keep searching and doing random questions from different topics here and there. So the first platform I'll talk about is LeetCode. LeetCode is one of the most popular online judge platforms that you can use to practice your programming skills. It has over 1,000 questions. One advantage of using LeetCode is that it's very specific. It will help you cut down time on what you're doing and why you want to do it. It will help you sort your questions according to topics, according to their difficulties, according to the companies that they're asked in, what is the frequency of this question being asked. Another advantage of LeetCode is the discuss section. Now it's possible for you to look for other solutions of the question that you've just solved, or see if you're stuck somewhere and go through the solution tab. It's a big community. You can make use of all the experience that people are sharing there. LeetCode also has the facility of regular contests that are conducted weekly and bi-weekly. Apart from that, there's also a monthly challenge where you get a new question to attempt every single day. This helps you stay in touch with all of the topics that you've done earlier or are going to learn about later on. Now, apart from that, the next platform I'll talk about is InterviewBit. So I would personally suggest using InterviewBit 3 to 6 months before you're supposed to appear for your interviews. It's a super interactive platform which allows us to customize our preparation schedule according to the time that's currently available. Now, the questions are here categorized into different buckets, and it's very easy because of the hierarchy that they've created in the questions. Now, all the topics are also ordered and they're arranged in a very neat and a very student friendly way. A very important feature of this particular platform is mock interviews, which are very important in your preparation to understand where you're currently standing. Lead code is something that you can use more regularly. Interview bit is something that you can stick to like a couple of months before your interviews, or if you just want to revise like a particular topic and do more of the questions that are asked from a particular data structures like linked list or stacks. So apart from that, there are a lot of other platforms that you can use, but we'd suggest these two. Now, that's all from my side. I'd hand it over to Charvi to share her Google Step interview experience.
Thank you, Sunil Didi. So, hi everyone, I'm Charvi Jain, and I'm currently pursuing my BTech in Information Technology from IGDTU. So, I'm here to share my experience of STEP internship. As you have already heard some of the mentors here about what is DSA, why DSA, and which platforms do we have to choose, which language should we go for. So I think regarding the STEP internship, all of the procedure is quite the same. So let's start with what is a STEP internship. So STEP refers to student training in engineering program, and which is offered by Google, which is a 10 to 12 weeks internship generally provided to underdepressed groups in tech. Now we move forward to the selection process. So the process is a two-step process. Like first of all is the resume shortlisting round, and after the resume shortlisting round, you have two technical interviews, and those interviews are quite subjective in nature. Like they might change from 2 to 3, or they might change the number of interviews that will going to held each year. I was talking about this because the interviews that is going to be held in STEP internship are totally based on coding and coding. That is, they purely asked data structures and algorithms in the technical rounds, and how to prepare data structures and algorithms, from where to prepare data structures and algorithms. I think we have already covered in a very fair and a good way, but I for sure would going to repeat some of the things that I might like and what I have done. Like, first of all, in step internship or in any other internship and placement, you have to be very much clear about the basics. Your basics and fundamentals should be very strong. If you're strong with your fundamentals, you will able to solve any question that might given to you in the interview round. So, first of all, you just have to choose between the language. Either you can go for Java or you can go for CPP. As we have already covered why these languages are popular, why Python is not being considered. So, after choosing the language, start practicing questions. First of all, start doing easy level questions. Then took one platform like lead code. I generally prefer doing questions from lead code because it has a proper easy, medium and hard level tags, and also there are some you know topic wise tags, so it's easy to pick the question according to the topic. Then after solving some basic questions, gradually increase the level of preparation, like gradually increase from easy to medium level questions, and then practice medium level questions. Then if you have time, if you have enough time to practice some of the hard level questions, then of course go for hard level questions as well. Then once you clear your round and all that, like, what I can suggest is you have to be very calm during your interview process, because they might send you result 15 days or 30 days after your interview has been scheduled, in after your interview has been over. Then I think I have cleared major points. So if I missed on any points, then you can surely comment down and I will be happy to take them. I think we can
Okay.
move forward, Apekshadi.
Yes. So that was all from our side. Now let's open the floor for the questions. You guys can ask any question you have, and we'll be happy to answer them. For the ones that are already in chat, we'll start with them. Okay, so how is competitive programming different from DSA? So basically, competitive programming is the next step after DSA. DSA is the thing that builds your basics. It's the main foundation you have, and after that, you move to the competitive programming. So most of the companies generally ask the DSA part, like the foundation part. The competitive programming is like less asked in the interviews and in the company recruitment rounds. But yeah, it surely helps you better your skills in the in the DSA field. Okay, so this question has already been taken up by Sunanshi. So we already told that C++ or Java is better than Python, and because in Python you have many inbuilt libraries, and you'll not be able to clear up your basics from that. So for that, for the coding part, choose one between CPP or Java. So if you face the problem of the time complexity, I feel that you need to go through your basics, because many of the times you go for the brute force approach and are not using the right data structure for the question. So if you hit the right data structure, then I don't think that time complexity will be an issue for you. So first, clear up your basics, read about all the data structures you can use, and then code for that. Do not go directly with the brute force. That will give you TLE, that is time limit extended. Yes, there will be a course of data structure and the analysis of algorithm in the college, but I'll suggest that start from the first year itself. It will come in the second year, and prepare side by side for your like your preparation in the DSA. So as Sunidhi told, okay, somebody was saying
Okay,
something.
no. Okay, I'll take up the question. How is HackerRank and LeetCode for DSA? So I think LeetCode for the DSA, have both the platforms are equivalent in terms of LeetCode and for practicing DSA. But what should you do is, if you are at this beginning of your programming journey, you should start with LeetCode, and definitely you could try questions on HackerRank, because what is seen in the coding test of the companies, the questions are not directly given as on the LeetCode platform. They are built in some form of of story. So you should have practice on that as well, so you could try both of the platforms.
Yes, there are multiple communities you can be a part of. We also have a Discord server for the IGDTU student, which are a part of GDSC's mentorship program. If you're talking about the STEP internship, it is for the second year students. And Charvi, if you would like to add some points.
Yes, they are open for second year students, and they in India particularly hire, like they haven't even mentioned that they will hire the female candidates, but I think I haven't seen any male candidate till now in India.
And you can take up the next one. Can mechanical students be a part of?
No, I don't think so. Mechanical students be a part of the STEP internship, though they can apply.
You can do the practice of C in lead code, but as Sonanshi told, that you will face a lot of problem with C because it's a bit older language, and there are no inbuilt functions which you can use. So it's better to choose CPP and Java for your main coding. Um, I think that these are the main two languages that are used for the basic foundation of DSA, because these are the languages that clarifies you the most. So I don't think taking up any other language out of like except these two will be a good thing.
Okay, so I think the time that should be given to learn DSA is maximum 4 to 5 months. Initial basics would go in 1 month or 2 months at max, but learning all the data structures from start, array, string, queue, till dynamic programming, I think it would be 4 to 5 months. After that, you could consistently practice to make yourself more better at coding.
For this it's better to start early. If you can find time in your first year, I know that it's hectic for you guys, but if you can find time, it would be the best thing. But it's not that if you did not start in your first year, that then you will be at loss. It's not that. You can start from your second year and take up a good foundation for DSA. So it's about your time management, how you want to start.
Also, since someone, you've pointed out that should you focus on C language this year, if you focus on C language, I think you're also sort of strengthening your basics for Java and C++ if you want to continue with them, because the basics are extended to all the languages. It's just that the syntax would keep changing a bit, but if you're focusing on C, you're by extension also focusing your skills in C++.
Okay, so if you are asking about Google Step internship, so I think some achievement section should be there and good projects should be there in your resume, so that your resume should be shortlisted. And before submitting the resume, you have to check, like you have to keep in mind that you have to go and check from your peers or your seniors, so that they would give suggestions over improving and strengthening your resume part, because that is all the first step for the Google Step internship.
um No, that won't be possible. We are very sorry, but you can join the other communities that can, that is open for all. So, to begin with CP, I think that your DSA foundation should be very strong. First, clear your basics for the DSA. And when you think that, yeah, you are, quite good enough in DSA, then only move to the CP part. And for that, like, we'll have a session tomorrow with the interview preparation team. They'll tell you more about competitive programming and how to start with it. I'm sorry, can you please elaborate a bit more on there, on this, like, where did we use the word JS, and like, in which context are you asking?
If it is a step internship, if you're talking about, yes, they provide. If I talk generally about the internship process, yes, they provide internship to a male candidate as well in third year.
So for learning the CPP, basically you can use GFG, and also uh, various free YouTube channels are there, like Apna Kaksha and Apna College and Apni Kaksha. These are these channels are available. You can learn from there, and also GFG and web coding is also there.
Okay, guys. I think we are done with the questions, and we'll end the session here. Thank you all for joining in, and I hope it was insightful for you.
Yes, thank you